Okay, this video is about the most recent elections. I live in California, so we actually selected a pretty progressive group of representatives out here, which makes me happy because I am a progressive. I'm not afraid to be called a progressive or a liberal. I can admit that liberals are certainly closed-minded about certain things. They only hear a liberal narrative a lot of the time when there is reason to listen to the other side on certain issues, specifically on the issue of financial responsibility. A lot of liberals like to think that we can just keep piling debt upon debt and it's okay, that it'll all work out in the long run. I do agree with the one element of the Tea Party that says we need to control deficits. That much I think is, the idea that they want to raise the debt ceiling again. If you continually raise the debt ceiling, it definitely seems like it's just sort of a thing that's going to get worse and worse. It seems like putting off the problem and not solving the problem. However, the solution offered by Republicans, or the people that have just been elected overwhelming majority in Congress, is to extend the Bush tax cuts. Now, this whole trickle-down philosophy goes back to the Reagan era, and as far as I can tell, I'm not an economist, but from what I've seen in the economy since that period, the deficit has grown by leaps and bounds. And largely it's because of this idea that if we give tax cuts to wealthy individuals, that the money trickles down to the poorer segments of society. This is not true. It's the fact that the point is even being argued that there's a chance that this might happen is absolutely ridiculous. This is not the way to go about solving the deficit problem. Tea Partiers and Republicans are right when they say that we need to address the increasing deficits. I absolutely believe that's so, but the way to do it is not by cutting taxes for rich people. Now, as far as taxes for people making under $200,000, maybe this is the time to cut those taxes. I can't be sure on that one, but it seems like, the thing is, we really need to tax the rich at this point, and we need to tax them a lot, because the bottom line is the rich have been getting a lot richer. They've been earning a much larger share of the nation's income over the last, 20 years or so, 30 years. And it's not as if these people are working a lot harder for the money. They've just put certain elements into play in the government that allow them to take on to gain more power and to pay their employees less and less. The middle class doesn't have as much say anymore. We don't have the money to have as much say. Rich people have taken the power they've gained by slashing retirement benefits, and by reducing salaries, and by keeping the minimum wage low, and through their own investments. We're working on an uneven playing field. They talk about class warfare as if it's a dirty phrase, and the reality of the matter is what we need right now is class warfare. Rich people have been taking a larger and larger percentage. The top 1% have been taking a larger and larger percentage of the wealth, and we're all getting screwed over because of it. Now, I can appreciate that people wanted to elect different representatives to office, those that they believed for some reason or another were not going to act in the interests of those people who are usually identified as the Wall Street bankers, people from Wall Street, captains of industry. But the reality of the matter is that these Republicans, who claim to be working for the common man, do not have the common man's goals in mind. They have the goal in mind of increasing profits for the wealthy and for corporations. And they want to give you the idea that this money is going to trickle down. But corporations aren't spending the money they've been saving on hiring new people. They spend the money to prepare for what I assume to be in preparation for harder times ahead, which I believe are undoubtable given the world situation we're coming into, which I think will be marked by a lot of aggression over resources, battles for resources. It's not looking good. I personally don't see how we can come out of this. Given the general lack of resources, increasing lack of resources, I don't see how we can get out of this situation without some very hard times like America has never seen. And I guess I'm just saying, if you think you're going to change things by electing the wolf in sheep's clothing of the Republican Party, you've got to be crazy. In the next election, I beg of you, don't vote for people who are known to be taking large contributions from any group. If there's a group providing large political campaign contributions to a potential representative, then you know that those people are controlled by the moneyed interests that are allowing them to run the campaigns they're running. My advice to everybody is vote for whoever it has no publicity. Vote for those people who have no publicity. Vote for those people who are only using public funds. Vote for those people who don't have commercials on television, misleading commercials on television. Vote for the people that the companies, if you really want to vote for the common man, don't vote for someone who claims to be representing the interests of the common man. Vote for the common man. Vote for the guy who doesn't have the money behind it. I know people are capable of this. Jerry Brown beat Meg Whitman. She spent $140 million. He still won. Why? Because her message did not resonate. And it doesn't take $140 million to run successfully. And people need to start supporting those people that manage to run with less, because those are the people that are not beholden to special interests. Those are the people that will act in the interest of those of you who are looking for jobs or have been laid off, or who feel like they don't have the opportunity that others have. Stop trying to pretend that you're going to be a rich person in 10 years and that you want to watch out for those things. Let's just say for now you're not. Say you're going to stay at the level of economic status that you're in. Are you going to vote for somebody who is looking out for those people who have already become successful, or are you going to look out for somebody who will help you to become successful? Because this is the decision we're making, and it seems to me as if people are totally unaware of what these representatives that they've elected truly represent, and who truly has a say in their interests.